Tilly's Sparkling Hands, a germ-busting adventure. Hey kids! Ever wondered how to keep those pesky germs away? Join Tilly on a bubbly adventure to discover the magic of clean hands. Tilly, a curious little girl with bright red pigtails, loved playing outside more than anything. One sunny afternoon, she was busy building a magnificent mud castle, fit for the queen of all worms and ladybugs. She patted the mud, shaped the towers, and giggled with delight. "Ta-da! Queen of the squishy kingdom!" Tilly shouted, feeling proud of her muddy creation. She didn't even notice how dirty her hands had become, covered in mud and tiny bits of leaves. Suddenly, Mama called from the house, "Tilly, lunch is ready." Tilly's tummy rumbled, and she ran inside, eager to eat. She headed straight for the table, ready to gobble up her favorite sandwich. Mama smiled, but then her eyes fell on Tilly's hands. "Tilly, my dear, your hands are covered in mud. We need to wash them before we eat," she said gently. "It's important to wash our hands before eating, because germs love to hitch a ride on our fingers and sneak into our bodies when we eat." Tilly frowned. "But Mama, my hands are just a little dirty," she mumbled, not really wanting to stop her lunch plans. She didn't understand why washing her hands was so important. Tilly reluctantly walked to the bathroom sink, dragging her feet. She reached for the soap, ready to quickly splash some water on her hands and get back to her sandwich. But then, something amazing happened. "Hello, Tilly. I'm Bubbles, your hand-washing helper," a cheerful voice exclaimed. Tilly jumped back in surprise. The soap bar was talking. It had a friendly smile and a bubbly personality. "Whoa! A talking soap?" Tilly gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. She had never seen anything like it before. "Yep. And I'm here to show you the secret to sparkly clean hands," Bubbles announced with a wink. He was ready to teach Tilly everything she needed to know about keeping her hands germ-free. Tilly blinked in amazement. She was curious now, forgetting all about her sandwich for a moment. She knew this was going to be an interesting adventure. Suddenly, the bathroom mirror shimmered and sparkled. Tilly gasped as she saw tiny, squiggly creatures dancing on her hands. They were colorful, but not scary, and each had its own silly expression. "Achoo! We love dirty fingers," sneezed one of the germs. He looked quite happy clinging to Tilly's skin. "Don't wash us off. We're just getting comfy," grinned another germ mischievously. They seemed to be having a party on Tilly's hands. "EW, those are on my hands?" Tilly exclaimed nervously, wrinkling her nose. She had never realized that so many tiny creatures could be living on her skin. "They're not always easy to see, but they hide on your skin and travel into your body," Bubbles explained. "And they can make you sick. Germs are like tiny invaders that can cause sniffles, coughs, and tummy aches." Bubbles began to sing a bubbly tune, and magical words appeared in the air, floating like shimmering bubbles. It was a hand-washing song. "Rub your palms, and make some foam," Bubbles sang. "Back of hands where sneaky germs roam. Between your fingers, in every crack," he continued. "Around your thumbs, front and back. Scrub your nails, don't stop too soon," Bubbles finished. "Then rinse and dry, you're squeaky clean." Tilly followed each step carefully, giggling as the bubbles tickled her hands. She rubbed her palms together, scrubbed the back of her hands, and made sure to clean between her fingers and around her thumbs. "Take that, germ squad!" Tilly shouted proudly as she scrubbed her nails. She was determined to get rid of those pesky germs. One by one, the germs slipped down the drain, waving tiny white flags in defeat. They were no match for Tilly and her new hand-washing skills. Mama walked into the bathroom, smiling. "Tilly, your hands look amazing," she exclaimed, impressed by how clean they were. "Thanks, Mama. Bubbles taught me everything," Tilly replied, beaming with pride. She felt like a superhero, ready to fight off any germs that came her way. Mama chuckled playfully. "Did he now?" she asked, winking at Tilly. Tilly looked at the sink. The soap was back to normal, just a regular bar of soap. But Tilly knew that Bubbles was still there in spirit, reminding her to wash her hands properly. "I won't forget the 5 steps, Bubbles," Tilly whispered, promising to always remember the magic hand-washing song. From that day on, Tilly became a hand-washing hero. She washed her hands after playing, before eating, and even after sneezing. She knew that clean hands meant a healthy and happy body. At school, Tilly taught her friends the bubble song. She gathered them around the sink and showed them the 5 magic steps. Palms, backs, fingers, thumbs, nails, rinse. Tilly chanted, leading the way. Soon, the whole class sang along, scrubbing their hands with enthusiasm. Even the teacher joined in, realizing how important it was to teach the children about hygiene. Thanks to Tilly and her invisible helper, Bubbles, the germ squad didn't stand a chance at school. The children were all washing their hands regularly, keeping themselves and their friends healthy. "Bye-bye, germs." Tilly laughed, knowing that she was making a difference in the fight against germs. Now it's your turn to be a hand-washing hero. Remember Tilly's adventure and the 5 magic steps. Wash your hands regularly to keep those pesky germs away and stay healthy and happy. So, what are you waiting for? Head to the sink, grab some soap, and sing the bubble song. Let's all be clean hands champions.